Welcome back to the new PCI Daily Live News Roundup brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada. I'm Manny Noel Abuel. Thank you for joining us. We have the latest news development. In the news, HMS Vancouver returns after New Zealand earthquake assistance. Canadian warship HMS Vancouver is heading home after providing humanitarian assistance in New Zealand's earthquake that killed 2 people. The ship, which is based at CFB Esquimalt on Vancouver Island, was taking part in exercises in the South Pacific Ocean on November 14, when the call for help went out following the magnitude 7.8 quake. Rear Admiral John Newton, who commands the maritime component to warships on missions, says the ship diverted and helped plan the emergency response effort in the 24 hours it took to reach the town of Kaikoura, where hundreds of people were stranded. The ship's Vancouver crews helped with the efforts to rescue more than 900 people. Newton, who spoke at the Halifax International Security Forum, said the Navy's 3-year plan will see Canada's ship going as far as the Indian Ocean, working on maritime security, establishing new supply hubs, and supporting study of the environment. He added that 3 Navy ships are currently in the Caribbean, not just on drug patrol, and that they are also there to enable relationships, build confidence, and build capacities with other navies. They also want to go further and see the Canadian Navy build on this idea to go into the Indo-Asia Pacific. China to US, Hinge moment. On Saturday in Lima, Peru, at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, US President Barack Obama and Chinese President Xi Jinping met and discussed Donald Trump's election as a hinge moment between 2 powers. During the election campaign, Trump frequently took a stance against China, blaming Beijing for inventing climate change and rigging the rules of trade. Obama said, citing an agreement to tackle climate change, that they've demonstrated what's possible when their 2 countries work together. He wanted to take the opportunity to note that working together builds a more durable and productive set of bilateral ties. He continues to believe that a constructive US-China relationship benefits both countries and the entire globe. White House sees Xi Jinping as one of the most powerful Chinese leaders, said he wanted the cooperation to continue. Meanwhile, Xi Jinping hopes for a smooth transition in the relationship of both countries. Panatag Shoal to be a marine sanctuary. On Monday, President Rodrigo Duterte plans to issue an executive order declaring Panatag Shoal as a marine sanctuary. This plan has been discussed with Chinese President Xi Jinping in a bilateral meeting in Lima, Peru, where he responded positively, according to Malacanang. The 2 leaders are in Peru for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. The executive order will be about Filipino and Chinese fishermen who will no longer be allowed to fish inside the Panatag Shoal. National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon said it is their position not to have any fishing activities inside the triangle. However, fishermen are allowed to fish outside the boundary. This executive order is a win-win situation for both the Philippines and China. Meanwhile, Communications Secretary Martin Andanar said that according to Chinese President Xi Jinping, that they will mobilize government forces to promote their agreements, step up guidance to create a favorable environment, and that the government is pursuing this action rather than asserting its victory over China in the case it filed before the Permanent Court of Arbitration. And that is all for now. Once again, thank you for joining us here at PCI Daily Live News Roundup, brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada. Remember to be safe. Have a great week. We hope to see you again tomorrow for our next PCI Daily Live News Roundup. From our Vancouver studio, together with our Philippine news team, Debbie Mangabat, our news editor, and Gino Alcantara, our graphics and design, goodbye for now. I'm Manny Noel Abuel. See you later.